So your first macro resource you've noted is trading economics, and you've noted that that's actually probably your favorite, perhaps by far.
Yeah, I would say possibly by far. It's certainly my favorite resource, and their website is easy to use and it does a lot. And because of that combination, I really like it. When you go and you or just not even log in, when you just go to their website and look at it, the center spread indicates for you front and center the latest news happening in the global economy. On the right hand side of the website, you can look at the latest Forex rates. You can look at the latest stock market action, commodity price action. And then when you scroll down, you get to a nice section which details all the countries in the world, and it shows how every country out there is performing on key performance indicators like GDP growth, rate of inflation, unemployment rate, debt metrics, and it's all right there. So from there, you can then drill down into the data however you please. But the opening frame and the opening page that they have is very straightforward and intuitive.
Fantastic. That sounds lovely. Maybe you could run through some of the tabs along the home page there, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. I guess the first tab I'd indicate is the calendar tab. And the calendar tab will give a breakdown of and list all the economic news that is going to be published in a given day or a given week. So if you're wondering when the next inflation data will be out or for a country, or when the next unemployment report will be published, Trading Economics will have the answer for you. And then once the data actually comes out, all their information will be updated, and it's just really good. And it covers so much. I've mentioned inflation and unemployment a few times, but they cover things like bond auctions, they cover housing starts, oil production. So it's a very good resource for sure, and I really like that calendar feature. It's something I look at when I first wake up in the morning. I just kind of scroll through and see what's happened in Europe and Asia overnight, and it's great. I really like it.
Makes sense. It does seem like a useful tool. If I recall, you can also customize the data under the calendar category as well.
Yeah, there are two ways to customize it. I haven't played around with it in a while, but I think the two ways are on a country level, you can customize it. So if you just want to look at the US, you can do that. If you want to look at every country in the world, you can do that. I have it set for G20 nations, so the biggest economies in the world, and that's my preference. You can also customize it in terms of, do you want to see every single data point that's coming out, which is a huge list, or do you just want to focus on the most pertinent or high-level metrics, like the unemployment rate, for example? And I have it set for that. I don't want to see absolutely everything that comes out, but I do want to know how the high-level data is faring for sure. So those are the two ways you can customize it.
Excellent. Well, it certainly sounds like it's something for people to play around with and customize as they like and just get used to, I guess, over time.
Yeah, you can download the app if you're mobile friendly or if you're inclined that way, and that's what I have. But the website is great too, and you can log in or log on and play around with it. And if you're interested in markets and you're interested in investing and you're like me, it will probably benefit you quite a bit.
Fantastic. Well, I see in your notes you've also highlighted the indicators tab. Is that something you could tell us about?
Yeah, the indicators tab is probably the best part of this website. And when you log in, I'll try to get a print screen for you or something. You can go and look at a country and click on that country, and then you can see all the government budget information you want, labor information, trade statistics, business indicators, consumer trends. All that information is right there within one country. And then you can also rank countries. So if you want to know how countries are faring on GDP growth or GDP or even oil production, for example, you can do that as well. So because of that customization and because of the library of resources and data points they have, you can satisfy almost any question you can think of. If you want to know what housing starts were here in Canada, dating back to the 1990s, you can do that. If you want to know what India's inflation rate was versus Pakistan's inflation rate in the 80s or something like that, you can do that too. So the data is right there for you. It's just a case of going to the indicators tab, playing around a bit, and then finding what works for you.
Fantastic. Well, that's a great overview. Appreciate that. Day to day, I would imagine you use the market category, given that it shows global markets and various asset classes within. It seems pertinent.
Yeah, they are very pertinent, and it's very good data that they have. If you're a casual market observer or a trader, and anything in between, the data is probably useful for you. It's real time, which is nice. Many websites are these days, but not all of them. And they also show information not only how a say a bond has fared or a commodity has fared over the last trading day, but it will show over the last week, over the last month, year to date, that sort of thing. So it's very easy just to see how things are trending using that tab, and I like it quite a bit. I don't use it anything like as much as the indicators tab, but it's right there for you. And if you do like staying up to date and up to speed on the moment by moment movements in capital markets, it's right there for you.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like a great resource, especially considering we're talking about free resources today. So do you have any closing comments on this one before we go on to the next?
I think that pretty much sums it up from this angle. I would say that they have a forecast tab, and I don't personally use it that much, but it's there. And if you're so interested, you can go look at forecasts and then see if they're